Have you ever heard a sound that just sticks with you? Sometimes it's nothing. But sometimes a recording captures a moment that defies all logic. A fragment of a story darker than we can imagine. You're about to hear 5 real audio or video recordings, each with a chilling backstory. These aren't just spooky sounds, they're windows into moments of profound mystery, tragedy, and fear. So turn down the lights, put on your headphones, and prepare to listen closely. This is Whispered Shadows, 5 real recordings with disturbing backstories. Our first story takes us to a place where shadows dance with secrets, and reality blurs with the inexplicable. We journey now to the infamous Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles, a building that has stood for nearly a century, witnessing countless stories unfold within its walls. But not all stories have happy endings. It's a place steeped in tragedy and mystery, a location that seems to attract darkness like a moth to a flame. The Cecil Hotel has a long and troubled history, marked by suicides, murders, and unexplained occurrences. In January 2013, Elisa Lam, a young Canadian student with a bright future ahead of her, checked into the Cecil Hotel. She was traveling alone, exploring the West Coast, eager to experience all that Los Angeles had to offer. But just days later, Elisa vanished without a trace, leaving behind only unanswered questions and a growing sense of unease. Her disappearance sparked a massive search effort, but the hotel seemed to swallow her whole. Weeks passed, filled with mounting anxiety and frustration. Then a disturbing discovery. Guests began complaining of strange-tasting discolored water coming from the hotel taps. The water had an odd smell, and an even odder taste. Maintenance workers were dispatched to investigate the source of the contaminated water. What they found was beyond comprehension. Elisa's body was discovered inside one of the hotel's rooftop water tanks. The rooftop, where the water tanks were located, was an area that was supposed to be locked and alarmed, accessible only to authorized personnel. How did Elisa gain access? The last known footage of Elisa, captured by a hotel elevator surveillance camera, is both perplexing and haunting. It's a disturbing glimpse into her final hours. In the video, she presses multiple elevator buttons, seemingly at random, as if trying to escape some unseen pursuer. She peeks out of the elevator doorway, looking left and right, as if checking to see if someone is there. Elisa gestures strangely with her hands, her movements erratic and disjointed. Her behavior is difficult to decipher, fueling speculation and theories. Her face betrays a growing sense of fear and anxiety. She seems genuinely terrified, as if something is deeply wrong. The elevator doors remain stubbornly open, refusing to close, adding to the unsettling atmosphere of the scene. The official report ruled Elisa's death as an accidental drowning, citing her bipolar disorder as a contributing factor. But many find this explanation unsatisfying. The circumstances surrounding her death are so bizarre and unsettling that questions remain, lingering like shadows in the corridors of the Cecil Hotel. How did she manage to access the roof, a restricted area protected by locked doors and alarms? It seems nearly impossible. And what explains her bizarre behavior in the elevator? Was she under the influence of something? Or was she experiencing a mental health crisis? Was she running from someone or something far more sinister? Or was she simply lost in the labyrinth of her own mind? The surveillance footage, while disturbing, offers no definitive answers, only more questions. It's a puzzle with missing pieces. It's just a chilling glimpse into her final moments, a fragmented snapshot of a tragedy that continues to haunt the Cecil Hotel. A silent film of pure dread, a mystery that may never be fully solved, forever etched into the dark history of the Cecil Hotel. The case of Elisa Lam remains one of the most perplexing and unsettling mysteries of our time. Halloween night, 1999. Egypt Air Flight 990 departs New York for Cairo. 217 people on board. 30 minutes in, the captain leaves the cockpit. Suddenly, the plane dives. The cockpit voice recorder captures First Officer Al-Batouti calmly repeating, "I rely on God," as alarms blare, and the captain desperately tries to regain control. The controls show a struggle, one pilot pulling up, the other pushing down. The plane crashes into the Atlantic. No survivors. The U.S. concluded it was deliberate. Egypt claimed mechanical failure. Was it a murder-suicide or a tragic malfunction? The recording's ambiguity haunts investigators to this day. Sometimes the scariest thing is not knowing the truth. Step back in time to 1922, rural Bavaria. A landscape painted with rolling fields and dense forests. A place where life moved at the gentle pace of the seasons. But beneath the serene facade, a dark and sinister drama was about to unfold. The Gruber family is brutally murdered, their lives extinguished in a wave of inexplicable violence. The location of this horrific event? Their isolated farm known as Hinterkaifeck, a place now synonymous with dread and unanswered questions. It was a place of hard work, simple living, and close family ties, now forever stained by tragedy. In the unsettling days before the murders, the family reported a series of disturbing events, whispers of an unseen presence that sent shivers down their spines. They found strange footprints in the fresh snow, leading only to the house and not away, a chilling sign that someone, or something, was watching them. Adding to their unease, keys went missing, vanishing without a trace, suggesting an intruder had gained access to their home and their lives. And then there were the noises in the attic, unsettling sounds that echoed through the old farmhouse at night, fueling their growing fear. What lurked above them in the darkness? What makes this case even more bizarre is that the killer, or killers, stayed on the property for days after committing the heinous crime. They tended to the livestock, ensuring the animals were fed and cared for, and even ate meals at the family table, a macabre act of normalcy amidst unimaginable horror. Decades later, the mystery of Hinterkaifeck continues to captivate and disturb. In an attempt to connect with the spirits of the murdered family, a paranormal team visited the site, armed with recording equipment, hoping to capture any lingering echoes of the past. And amidst the static and white noise, they claim to have captured a chilling EVP, electronic voice phenomenon. Through the crackle and hiss, a faint child's voice whispers in German, a haunting fragment of a lost soul. The translated words are simple, yet devastating. Mama, it hurts. But is this a genuine communication from beyond the grave? Is it a hoax, a carefully constructed fabrication designed to deceive? Or could it be a case of audio pareidolia, where the human brain interprets random sounds as meaningful speech? Or is it something else entirely, something that defies explanation and challenges our understanding of reality? The recording's origin remains unverified, its authenticity shrouded in doubt and speculation. Yet regardless of its source, it gives voice to the silent victims, a poignant reminder of the lives that were brutally taken. The Hinterkaifeck murders remain stubbornly unsolved, a cold case that has baffled investigators for generations. It's a century-old mystery that refuses to fade into obscurity, a haunting enigma that continues to grip the imagination. Sometimes, if you listen closely, history whispers back, carrying echoes of the past on the wind. The past is never truly silent. It lingers in the air, etched into the landscape, waiting to be heard. Listen closely, and you might hear it too. The faint whispers of Hinterkaifeck, a chilling reminder of a mystery that endures. Deep in Romania's Hoia Bațiu forest, trees twist unnaturally, and a barren clearing defies science. Locals call it haunted, a place where people vanish, electronics fail, and strange lights appear. In 2015, hikers camped near the clearing, recording a series of ethereal whispers and clicks, an unearthly, melodic language that seemed to come from everywhere. The sound grew louder, filling them with dread. Some say it's the eerie, forest spirits whose song drives mortals mad. Skeptics blame insects or wind, but those who've heard the recording aren't convinced. The forest's song lingers, inviting you to listen and never leave. In Hoia Bațiu, the line between natural and supernatural blurs. Sometimes the forest sings back. Antarctica, 1959. A continent of ice and mystery, a place where the sun barely grazes the horizon for months on end. A landscape so desolate, so unforgiving, that it tests the very limits of human endurance. It is here, in this frozen wasteland, that our story begins. Dr. Armin Kubler, a German scientist stationed at a remote outpost, diligently broadcasts routine updates, his voice crackling through the static, a fragile link to the outside world. He speaks of weather patterns, ice conditions, and the mundane routines of scientific observation. Little does he know, his routine is about to be shattered. Until everything changes. A subtle shift at first, a tremor in the data, an anomaly in the readings, then a discovery that defies all logic and understanding. The isolation of the Antarctic suddenly feels less like a scientific endeavor and more like a terrifying confinement. His final transmissions grow frantic. His team discovers a vast, unnatural cavern beneath the ice, a subterranean anomaly that rewrites the rules of what they thought was possible. The ice, once a symbol of frozen isolation, now conceals a secret of immense and terrifying proportions. With worked walls and strange heat, the cavern isn't a natural formation, it's been deliberately constructed. The walls are smooth, precisely cut, and radiate an unnatural warmth that defies the sub-zero temperatures of the Antarctic. What civilization could have built this, and why? They send a probe, a small, unmanned device equipped with cameras and sensors, lowered into the abyss to gather information. The images it sends back are fragmented, distorted, but undeniably show structures, symbols, something not of this earth, then descend themselves. Driven by a mixture of scientific curiosity and perhaps a touch of recklessness, the team decides to enter the cavern. Armed with lights and recording equipment, they venture into the unknown, unaware of the horrors that await them in the darkness below. Kubler's last broadcast is pure terror, a desperate plea for help, a chilling testament to the horrors he and his team are witnessing. The calm, scientific voice is gone, replaced by a raw, primal fear that echoes across the frozen wasteland. Screams piercing the static, the sound of men driven to the edge of madness by something unseen, something unimaginable. Warnings, shouted in German, then broken English, a desperate attempt to convey the danger, to warn others to stay away, to not repeat their fatal mistake. And a guttural, inhuman roar, a sound that defies description, a primal scream that seems to emanate from the very depths of the earth, a sound that chills the blood and freezes the soul. Then silence. The radio falls silent, the only sound the crackling static, a haunting reminder of the terror that unfolded in the darkness beneath the ice. When rescue teams arrive, days later, battling blizzards and treacherous terrain, they find nothing. The station is gone. No trace remains. As if swallowed by the ice itself, the outpost and its inhabitants have vanished without a trace, leaving behind only a desolate, windswept landscape. Officially, it's blamed on a blizzard or crevasse, a convenient explanation for a mystery that defies all rational explanation. The harsh Antarctic environment is a perfect scapegoat, concealing a truth too terrifying to contemplate. But the recording became legend, whispered in hushed tones among researchers and conspiracy theorists, a chilling reminder of the secrets hidden beneath the ice. There's no record of Kubler or the outpost, erased from official documents, scrubbed from the history books, as if they never existed. And many call it a hoax, a fabrication, a prank gone wrong, a product of overactive imaginations fueled by isolation and the harsh Antarctic environment. But the fear in that final broadcast is real, palpable, undeniable, a chilling testament to the horrors that Kubler and his team encountered in the darkness below. A warning from the edge of the world, a reminder that some secrets are best left buried, that some doors are best left unopened. Sometimes, the static hides more than silence. Sometimes it whispers of things that should never be heard, things that lurk in the darkness, waiting to be awakened. A frantic gesture, a calm prayer, a child's whisper, an unearthly song, a final scream. These are more than just sounds. They're echoes of moments when reality fractures, revealing mystery and terror beneath the surface. We can debate, theorize, and analyze, but some questions remain forever unanswered, lingering still. The silence that follows is as haunting as the recordings themselves. This is Whispered Shadows. Which story disturbed you most? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more dark truths. Dark.